Welcome to this overview of Service Connect. It runs for about 20 minutes and it's designed to give you a good feel for the overall solution without getting into too much detail in any one area. Service Connect is the most complete job management, mobile working and scheduling system designed specifically for the housing repair sector. Delivered as an easy to implement software as a service solution, which means no IT costs, no separate hosting costs, no more upgrades, just modern software that keeps improving. The system's designed around live interactive dashboards, individually configured for every manager, team leader and supervisor. The dashboards highlight anything that needs attention and let senior management monitor how well their direct reports are managing their work. This creates a powerful real-time improvement loop that leads to accurate costing and management information. This is an example of a top-level dashboard. The red, amber, green thresholds are fully configurable, so red means somebody should be doing something. In this example, the boards are organised by teams. So if we look here, we can see the 8 separate responsive repair teams. Each board represents a team leader and is the single screen that each team leader looks at when they log into the system. If we go back to the top level, there are 5 elements currently not under control. We can drill into, for example, materials needed, and that gives us a breakdown of that element by work stream. Drilling down again on responsive shows this further broken down by individual team, and if we drilled down again we'd then get down to the actual jobs where there were outstanding materials. One of the core components in Service Connect is visit checking. When an operative completes work on site, Service Connect compares the expected cost of the work completed with the actual time and material cost collected. It then either closes the job and marks it as ready to invoice or refers it to the relevant supervisor. The supervisors monitor and action these alerts on an ongoing real-time basis. So in this example, our supervisor's got everything really under control and has just had a job completed and referred to him. The supervisor drills into the detail of the job. This is just a summary, and in this example navigates to the Visit tab to understand what the job was. We can see the operative's comments and on the right an explanation of why this job's been referred, in this example because of a cost discrepancy. We can see here the operative has only indicated £5 worth of completed work. The Cost tab gives us the detail of how all the individual cost elements have been built up. And the Photos tab lets us see before and after photos of work on site. Note all the images are time-stamped and categorised by type of photo and location. The supervisor corrects anything that's wrong, so in this case probably adding a job code, but you can edit every element of the job data on this screen. The idea being to only handle the job once. Once resolved, the supervisor updates the status to say that the job is checked and accurate, which in turn sets the dashboard widget back, reflecting the fact that everything is really just one single system. We're going to look at how quick and easy it is to raise new works orders in Service Connect. This first part of the process will often happen in the housing management system. Having located the customer, we will diagnose the repair. This can either be done graphically, which is typically more appropriate in a self-service environment, but can be used anywhere. Everything here is really easily configurable. Or manually by just entering a couple of keywords. In this scenario, we're going to carry out the work with our own in-house operatives, so the system presents us with a Book Appointment button. This screen shows us when we have availability to offer the appointment. The numbers show the travel time of the nearest operative to the customer's location on the phone. This screen is easily configurable to match how you have your roles set up internally. So on a large contact centre, we would generally have a green and go environment with just the availability slots and a book and shelve button. We confirm the customer's contact details for messaging. And then just book the appointment. We'll quickly look at the same process, but now for work that we don't handle ourselves. We'll diagnose the problem as pest control. And this time we're given a Book Contractor button. This example shows us the scenario where the supplier is directly maintaining their availability for appointments via the system's subcontract portal, allowing us to make an appointment with the customer at point of first contact, even though the work is being carried out by an external supplier. The thing to note here is that the process for the contact centre is exactly the same whether the work's being carried out by an in-house workforce or an external supplier, with Service Connect handling all of the rules and logic as to who is responsible for each piece of work. Service Connect provides you with a range of customer engagement capabilities out of the box. The first one we'll take a look at is giving customers the ability to rearrange their own appointments. If the booking matches with a series of rules that you define, then the customer sees a Manage button when they receive their appointment confirmation. Pressing the button gives the customer a range of slots that they're able to choose from to rearrange their appointment. This is exactly the same process that we saw on the contact centre, and behind this screen the system is dynamically scheduling to check when the best availability is for the appointments. The next area is satisfaction rating. Service Connect has a comprehensive solution in this area, which is configurable by contract or workstream. There are two linked processes involved. Firstly, every completed job triggers a text or email asking the customer for feedback. Secondly, a statistical sample is taken for outbound calling, but all of the data feeds back into the same answer set. This is the text message example. The customer completes the survey and adds a comment. This is Service Connect's diary view, here showing a completed day's work. The first thing to notice is that there are no gaps, no white space in the day. Service Connect's mobile app forces the operative to account for every minute of the working day, so you get an accurate, complete timesheet record without a separate timesheet process. In this example, the operative started their day at this address and then collected materials for 30 minutes or so before travelling again on their way over to the next property, which they spent more or less an hour at, before travelling to another job. The black bar means that the operative followed on from this job, so was unable to complete it. The black bar means that there isn't a follow-on in the system, so this is Service Connect flagging to the planner that there's a problem, and it should be a light green bar, like on this example, if there is a follow-on. In this case there is a follow-on, and we can see the details of the follow-on visit if we look at the job detail. In the case where there wasn't a follow-on, it's extremely easy for the planner to just immediately access the appointment booking functionality again, as here, and then just arrange that follow-on appointment booking. in which case the diary will then update itself to show that the follow-on's been made. This is showing us here that, as typical with a follow-on, that we could lock in a particular resource if we wanted to send the same person back. The planner could adjust the duration if they wanted to. So as a planner, I've got complete control over what's happening on this screen, which is different from the way that it would typically be on the contact center. We're going to flag here that this job no longer requires action, so that'll drop it off of the dashboard, and as we can see here, the diary's now been updated. The planners would typically also have a dashboard view alerting them to things that needed attention. If we look at tomorrow, all the jobs are showing as booked. A couple of the jobs are indicated with red flags to let us know that there's something that needs our attention. In this case, there's an outstanding material order. The planner can easily click through and see the details of the materials on order, and then take action as required. Planners can manually intervene as needed, drag and drop in work if required. And if we look at a date a bit further out, we can see how easy it is to record things like unavailabilities. So in this example, Matt is booking some annual leave. The system warns us that there are some appointments that will be impacted. We accept the warning and those appointments will be shelved. The planner can really quickly access all shelved appointments, and in this example we'll just automatically reschedule them all with one click. So here they've all just moved to a different resource. Another quite cool feature is the GPS mismatch alert. This job is displaying a map pin, so we can click in and have a look at the detail. Here my demo address is in Derby and I'm in our offices in Bury St Edmunds. We're going to have a look at what the mobile working app looks like. This is highly configurable and very easy to tailor to both your business processes and different groups of operatives or users within your business. First, we'll run through a typical repair job. You can send out batches of work or drip feed the work, one or any number at a time. We just confirm that this is the right job and press the forward arrow to progress. In this example, the roof on the property is due for replacement within the next 6 months, so the system just gives the operative a prompt. And now just confirm that we're en route. At some point our operative arrives on site. If we forget to record our arrival time, then so long as we haven't recorded anything else in the meantime, instead of submitting an inaccurate time, we can go back and edit the arrival time on site. This is an example of the sort of mobile form that you can easily design yourself. This example is a generic risk assessment that has automatically run at the start of the job. Service Connect makes it incredibly easy for mobile users to capture photos at any point during a job by just pressing on the camera icon on the top bar. Here I can then tag the photo, in this case a pre-work photo, and identify the location. Service Connect is designed to give managers insight into key areas of the business that drive improved performance. This screen summarises all material purchases over a range of time periods that you might want to analyse. You can view by quantity or value simply by toggling the display. We might typically look at a particular trade group in isolation, plumbers for example. And then we might want to isolate particular types of orders. If we look at ordered items for example, which means non-van stock items, the screen is now showing us the fastest moving items that we don't carry on the vans. So this top item might have resulted in 44 first-time fix failures that we could have eliminated by stocking it on the van. If we click on the most used item, we then see which vans have ordered that item. So this screen is either telling us that we need to add this item to Rob's van, or that Rob is doing something odd because the other plumbers don't seem to need the part that he keeps ordering. If I then click through on Rob's van, I can now see all the material usage in that van, here fastest moving first. Back on the main screen, if we now look at van stock items for plumbers and then reverse the sort order, we're now looking at all our slow moving items. So these are all items that we're carrying around on vans, adding to the weight, adding to the fuel, making the vans harder to find materials in. When linked to a merchant system or an internal stores, this screen shows every order processed by the business, whether initiated from a mobile app or not. If you make monitoring this screen part of a supervisor's daily responsibility, you can create a powerful improvement process that will save money and drive improvements in first-time fix rates. This is the order management dashboard, which is the commercial focus of the system. We can see work progressing from new to completed and invoiced, as well as being able to quickly access details of jobs at specific stages and highlighting build-ups of work that need attention. This view shows all open jobs aged by the date they were raised, and we can drill into the detail of any of the specific numbers. And perhaps even more powerful, this screen lets us see all open jobs aged against a normalised target date. So everything to the right of the screen is overdue and getting later, everything to the left is okay but moving towards the target date. Service Connect is incredibly powerful for managing contracted and subcontracted work. The contractor portal is used both by your staff and supplier staff directly. Your view gives you a summary of all contracted out work. Jobs progress from left to right on the screen, so you can quickly see if work's getting held up anywhere, like here or here for example. So if we drill down on the variation requests, this view is actually the same as the supplier would see, with the basic job details, value and current status. Clicking into a specific job then lets us see the details of the work required. Let suppliers raise variation requests, view any documents you've uploaded, upload their own documents, maybe a drawing or a photo or a completion certificate or even their invoice. All supplier updates are transacted in exactly the same way here, and we can see the audit for any job of each of the updates. The list of possible updates is something you configure. Some of those you will process, but the supplier will update most of them. The aim is to be 100% paperless, with all suppliers keeping the portal up to date in real time. This is the Visit Management dashboard, which focuses on performance. You generally always filter on a date range, so maybe yesterday, this week, this month, and then typically a particular team, which could be all responsive or voids works. It could be all plumbers, responsive plumbers. How you set this up would depend on the size of your business and the number of people in each team. Fully completed jobs by operative in a particular time period is an incredibly easy and powerful measure to compare operative performance within a team. This column shows productive output based on completed job codes or SOR codes. So again, over a week or month, a really powerful comparative measure. This has just been a whistle-stop overview of Service Connect, touching on some of the things that we believe make the system different. I hope you found it useful. We would obviously welcome the opportunity to take you through the system in a bit more detail. Thanks for watching.